Well, the O.co Coliseum, the place to be this afternoon. It's a beautiful day for baseball, and the A's are going for the three-game sweep of the Seattle Mariners behind Tommy Milone. It is also Hyundai Sunday here on Comcast Sportsnet California, brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. A's Mariners coming up on Comcast Sportsnet California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, in a season of great stories, there is not a better story than Brandon Moss. And Ray, obviously, he's fresh on our mind because of the walk-off yesterday. But if you think about how far he has come offensively and defensively, He's now hitting cleanup for the Athletics. Terrific story.
And remember, he missed the first 2 months of the season. He was in Sacramento, and he is now with the Athletics. It started on Thursday. Remember the 3 home runs against Mike Adams? He hit one of them. That was on the Thursday afternoon series finale against the Rangers. Comes back to the Coliseum. Outstanding defense. Friday night, a 3-6-3 double play. And this is for an outfielder. And how about this play in the 9th inning? That saved a run, probably the biggest save of the afternoon, because he hit a 3-run walk-off. 10th inning, his second walk-off. He was number 10 for the Athletics. Brandon Moss, as he says, is living a dream, and why not? With the time he has spent at the minor league, different organization, he really enjoyed the walk-off yesterday. It's amazing all the things they did to him, but he would take it any time of the day.
Last regular season start for Tommy Milone as he's looking for his 14th win. So let's hope that this is a prime tune-up for a postseason start.
All he has to do is look back at his last start. That was against the Texas Rangers. He did a great job, but he's also pitched well against these Mariners. He had a 1-0 win against Seattle, up in Seattle, and that was against Ramirez, the starter for the Mariners this afternoon. Just a solo home run. But Tommy Milone in his last start, when he gave up 2 unearned runs in the first inning, then retired the next 11, that shows what he's capable of doing, especially against a great club.
And it is a very busy day around baseball. We're keeping a close eye on all the scores. Of course, the Rangers and the Angels playing a doubleheader today, so a busy day around baseball. But for the Athletics, they just need to win and inch a little bit closer to a postseason berth. When we come back, we'll have lineups and first pitch from the Coliseum. It's the A's and the Mariners here on Comcast Sportsnet California.
baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Toyota, check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Now the A's wearing the green tops today as they take the field. I would say magic is a pretty good word to describe the 2012 season for the Athletics as they are trying to sweep the Seattle Mariners. And it is a gorgeous day for baseball. Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 73 degrees. And down on the field before the game, Ray, was actually hot.
Yeah.
And we don't say that a lot here at the Coliseum. It's usually a little cooler, but beautiful day.
No cloud cover, which means it's going to be a little bit hot, especially for the people down in the lower bowl, but they're happy to be here. Good seats to watch the final Sunday of the regular season here at the Coliseum, and the A's hope it is a magical day and a magical season continues.
Let's look at the lineup for the Seattle Mariners. It starts with Franklin Gutierrez, then Casper Wells, Kyle Seager. Jesus Montero will catch. Justin Smoke at first, Michael Saunders in left. Miguel Oliva will be the DH today. Carlos Triunfel will play second base. Brendan Ryan back in the lineup at shortstop.
Tommy Milone, a 13-game winner on the season. He and Jared Parker combined for 25 as the two top winning rookies for the Athletics this season. But Tommy has pitched well, 2-1 against the Mariners this season. One game he lost, he was shut out by a score of 4-0 as Jesus Montero hit a home run. That was early in the season. His second start for the Athletics. Good changeup. He showed it off in his last start against the Rangers. That was last week in Arlington. Actually, earlier this week in Arlington. Had a no decision in the A's 3-2 10-inning win.
Here's the defense behind Milone today for the Athletics. Cespedes, Crispin, Reddick in the outfield. Donaldson, Drew Pennington, Moss on the infield with George Kataris doing the catching. So there's your defense. We got the starting pitcher. We have the lineups, and we're set to go with Franklin Gutierrez stepping in the box. So Gutierrez in center field. Ackley, who has been the leadoff hitter the first two games of this series, is getting the afternoon off. First pitch is a strike.
First pitch.
So we're underway on a beautiful Sunday afternoon for baseball. Just
and a delightful 73.
3 games left after today for the A's. What a terrific pennant race it is in the American League. And a busy, busy day, and games are getting close to being final, and we'll let you know when they do indeed go final.
Well, the one that would not be final will be the second game of the day-night doubleheader because of the rain out in Texas yesterday. We were sitting here watching the R on the board. The rain in Texas, they finally called it late.
So 1-2 now.
What just happened in Texas in the 9th inning? You're excited?
Well, I don't know if I'm excited or not, but with 2 outs and 2 runners on in the top of the 9th inning, Torrey Hunter just doubled home 2 runs, and the Angels have taken a 5-4 lead over the Rangers. Unbelievable. That one's lined down the left field line, and that's going to one-hop the wall. Gutierrez digging for second. He's going to have to hurry, and he'll get there with a slide. So Gutierrez leads off the ball game with a double into the left field corner.
Tried to go inside and down, and he turned on it. And it would not hook foul because of the way the ball was hit off the wall. And Cespedes barehanded the ball, throwing it back in, but no chance as Gutierrez was thinking double as soon as he hit it. So as was the case in his last start, that would have been for Tommy Milone in Arlington, Texas. He has runners on base. He had 2 on in the first inning, scored. Brandon Moss missed Josh Hamilton's ground ball, but settled down, retired 11 straight. Prefer not to have to worry about pitching stressful innings earlier in the game.
1-0 to Casper Wells, hitting .219 with 8 homers, 30 RBIs. Wells has been in the starting lineup in all 3 games for the Mariners. That one's low, 2-0. So the Rangers carried a 4-3 lead into the top of the 9th inning in that game. Joe Nathan was 1 out away from getting the save. He could not do it.
And that's for Yu Darvish, who started the first game of the day-night doubleheader.
Now the situation for the Rangers is, as far as playoffs go, is they just need to win one game and then they will guarantee themselves a playoff spot. That's the Rangers situation, not the division, obviously. So we'll keep you updated on that game. The Angels still batting in the top of the ninth. One of those days, huh, Ray?
Oh, it is one of those days.
But it's nice last year when it was that crazy last day. The A's obviously weren't in it. Well, now they're in it.
Right.
So all these games, it's more than just being a fan. Now it has a lot to do with the who and what for the Athletics. Wells, it's a high fly ball down the right field line, shallow. Reddick into foul territory. He's got it. And Gutierrez will stay at second. So Reddick had a long run, makes the play. There is a final in, and it's the Baltimore Orioles, and we should not be surprised that the Orioles won again, 6-3 over the Boston Red Sox. They scored early in that game. So the Orioles have now won 11 out of their last 14, and they will head to St. Petersburg to take on the Rays Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So look at who's on top of the Athletics, the Yankees.
Yeah.
Now the Yankees are winning in the ninth inning 7-5, so that obviously could change with the Orioles and the Yankees being tied coming into today. So Baltimore wins. Well, they just keep doing it, don't they?
Well, and it's going to come to a head tomorrow night because the Rays so far are leading the White Sox in Chicago
5-2 in the sixth.
So they will play each other starting tomorrow night, the final 3 games of the regular season. So that should be interesting. 2 very hot teams going head to head. Tropicana Field. Meanwhile, the pitch to Wells and the fly ball foul down the right field line that Josh Reddick got to, as well as trying to advance Gutierrez. The amazing thing about Josh Reddick, now the reputation he has and the respect he has around the league for his arm. He not only has a strong arm, but he helps to get the ball and set himself up perfectly, and Gutierrez didn't even think about tagging to go to third base. That's the respect that Josh Reddick has now.
Seager goes around when the count is 1-2.
Now the check swing get the tough Montero on the on-deck circle, so Seager a very important hitter, and that was Marty Foster making the call on the appeal, and that's what umpires behind the plate should do. We talk about it all the time. Defer to the third and the first base umpires depending on the batter, and it's always tough. I think we all agree it's tough for a home plate umpire to make a call on a check swing. Maybe we should ask Eddie Montague, who's here, and has some great answers. Eddie, what do you think?
Swing and a miss by Seager. That's out number 2.
Chased a couple of pitches away from him, especially the third strike. And got the tough left-handed hitting Seager. And so after the leadoff double to go upstairs and follows exactly what George Kataris wanted. Up with the target, up with the pitch, and a swing and miss. And now the very tough Montero. I say tough because of his opposite field power. Tommy Malone deep to right field. Back on, way back on April the 14th.
First pitch to Montero is inside. Montero is catching today. He was the DH in one of the first 2 games, and he was not in the lineup. So that's kind of the way the Mariners have done it with Montero this year, catching some, DHing a little bit more.
Started way back at the beginning of the season. Eric Wedge, Jeff Datz working with Montero, and figured that eventually he is going to be the everyday catcher. But with his power, with his offensive ability, they want to make sure his bat's in the lineup, and be quite a threat to have in the gear behind the plate, especially what he can do offensively.
Well, Montero has been the DH 75 times, and this is his 54th game catching. And it sounds like, Ray, I mean, I think he's going to be a very fine hitter, but it sounds like he's got a ways to go defensively.
That's why Olivo is so important. Because John Jaso, they actually have 3 catchers, but because this young man, Montero, is DHing, Eric Wedge can have a couple of extra catchers to use if necessary. Olivo, right-handed hitter. John Jaso, the left-handed. Remember the A's went into Seattle, and they were just 4 games under 500. You just saw the numbers for September. The A's early in September were in there and just 4 under the Mariners.
Yeah, they got close. They could not get over the 500.
Well, this is a shot. Montero, left center, very, very strong.
So he's a big, strong guy. Pitch, foul back to even the count at 2-2. Mariners have scored just 6 runs in the first 2 games of this series.
Well, Josh Reddick knows the opposite field power now. Coco Crisp moving more over into right center. They're expecting Montero to hit the ball to the right side, but Reddick, especially in right field, if it's a base hit in front of him, he's going to try to cut down Gutierrez, but he's also giving Montero a lot of his head, figuring probably he'd rather try to cut down the runner at the plate and give the ball over his head, which would be an RBI anyway. And I think with Montero, his ability to hit the ball to the opposite field, and as strong as he is with a couple of strikes, that's why Coco and Reddick both playing him into the right center field and right field area.
Gutierrez, the runner at second, and the pitch is popped up. Moss under it. He's got it, and Malone works around the leadoff double. So the Mariners do not score. He's coming up in the bottom of the first.
That place down, didn't it? Ooh.
No score, bottom of the first, and here is the lineup for the Athletics. Starts with that man, Coco Crisp, then Drew Cespedes, Moss, Reddick, Donaldson, Smith, Kataris, and Pennington.
And Erasmo Ramirez making the start, and the A's remember him back on June the 25th as he struck out 10 Athletics. 1-3 record. Remember, he also started, or actually came in relief against the A's early September. And they were talking about Ramirez and Nuese going into the rotation. Well, today it's Ramirez, the right-hander. He has good fastball, 2-14 fastball with a cutter, fastball low 90s, curveball, slider, and changeup. So he has all the pitches necessary, and he'll probably be in the rotation for the Mariners, and he's a good one.
So Ramirez, the youngster, kicks, and the first pitch is a strike to Coco Crisp. So Erasmo Ramirez. Big series for Coco Crisp, a 3-hit game and a 4-hit game. It's hard to do.
Especially if you miss 9 days. No batting practice. So much for, well, we'll wait and let him take a day of batting practice before we put him back in. How about just putting Coco in the lineup in the first at bat, hits a home run, lead-off home run. 11th home run of the season for Coco. It's hot Coco.
Good change up there. So 1-2. So in the series for Cribbs, 7 for 10, 2 doubles, a home run, and he has scored 5 runs.
Best thing he did yesterday in the 10th inning is not run and steal second. That way Mariners would not have been able to, well, they had to pitch to the A's hitters instead of potentially walking Cespedes, and then Brandon Moss brought the righty in to face Moss. Check swing by Coco, and he started, and that was a weird, his body went forward, then he thought about his bat and then realized pitch is out of the strike zone.
Two. Now outside. Well, you said it, Ray. We were impressed with Ramirez when he pitched against the A's. He's just a youngster, only 22 years old.
Well, I also mentioned that he and Vargas back-to-back 10 strikeout games. He struck out the side against the A's on the 25th of June. Struck out 4 in the first 2 innings. But Hyundai Sunday Seth Smith got him, and that was the only run of the game, 1-0.
Chopped slowly. Trienfeld quickly throws to first, and Crisp is retired. Here's the defense for the Seattle Mariners. Has Saunders in left, Gutierrez in center, Wells in right. Seager, Ryan, Trienfeld, Smoke on the infield third to first with Montero. Catcher. So with 1 out, Stephen Drew will hit. First pitch to Drew is up and away. Drew 1 for 7 in the series. That one hit a home run. He has walked 3 times. Cespedes to follow. That's a good one. Mountain Drew, I like that.
Nice colors, green and gold. Doesn't take long for fans to be creative.
No. It's over in Texas, game 1 of that series, and boy, how about that, Ray? The Rangers 1 out away from the win, and Torrey Hunter doubles home 2 to give the Angels the 5-4 lead in the top of the 9th, and they win it. Frieri goes 3 up, 3 down in the bottom.
That's got to be heartbreaking for Ron Washington and the Rangers, especially with the sellout crowd expected, and I'm sure showed today. The first game of the day-night doubleheader, and they'll clear the house and restock it for the second game, but a little bit added pressure. That means now the A's are 2 behind the Rangers, and the Angels have moved up to 4 behind. So if they can win tonight, the Angels, then that would put them 3 back with 3 to play.
So they're still not out of the division thing.
No, they're not.
And of course, the Angels on the heels of the A's in that wild card. So 5-4, Angels with a big comeback victory in Texas.
It's amazing what could develop as of next Wednesday.
And if you start talking about it, you'll get more confused. I mean, we just have really. I mean, the Orioles-Rays series is going to make things really interesting. They play the last 3 games of the year. That pitching matchup in game 2 of that doubleheader, it'll be Santana for the Angels, Holland for Texas. That one looped right field, and that's going to drop, and it's going to drop fair. Picking it up as Wells. They're going to wave home Drew. The throw to the plate is offline. Cespedes ends up at third, and it's 1-0 Athletics. So Drew scores all the way from first, and Wells was shaded over toward right center, and the ball landed about 3 or 4 feet fair.
Cespedes is so strong. He just fought this ball off, unintentionally trying to hit the ball to right field, but because Wells was so far into right center, when it dropped in right field, Drew knew, even though 1 out, he knew the ball was going to drop. And Mike Gallego aggressively sending Drew again. Remember yesterday he was thrown out of the plate on a double by Brandon Moss, but at least this time there's no hesitation. hit the bag perfectly. A little look back to the throw-off line. So this time Drew scores, and Cespedes at third. Opposite field triple, and he was gliding to third base. He was watching Drew all the way as he glided into third base after rounding the bag at second. So even had Wells thrown to third, he's going to be a triple for Yoenis Cespedes.
Moss hits one very high, shallow center. Gutierrez coming in. Cespedes tagging. Gutierrez has it. Cespedes is coming home. The throw to the plate is late, and it's 2-0. So Moss just deep enough to get Cespedes home.
Mike Gallego, how many guys would have held the runner? That's the second out. To depend on a 2-out hit, Mike Gallego sent him, and Cespedes' speed, the acceleration, taking off perfectly after the catch, and the ball might have hit the mound, popped straight up, but regardless, it was going to be too late, and Cespedes, with Mike Gallego saying, go, however you say that in Spanish, rapido, but he went. But you got to send him in. Mike Gallego, kind of the unsung hero, the job at third base. You don't get a lot of credit where you should. You get criticized if you send somebody who gets thrown out, but Mike Gallego deserves as much credit with his aggressiveness and knowledge of the outfielder's arm strength, and who in this case he has at third base in Yoenis Cespedes.
Inside to Reddick, 1-1. So Cespedes' RBI is 81st. Moss's RBI is 48th.
Brandon Moss showed up in early June. 2 months playing at AAA.
Reddick fouls it straight back, so 1-2.
Kev, I think you said it best yesterday. We talked about the 21 home runs from Brandon Moss here. I'd say 15 at AAA that he hit.
Yeah.
So there's 36 on the season for Brandon Moss. And Aaron Bush, the manager at AAA Sacramento, recommended say get him up there. He's hot, and he's been hot ever since.
Swing and a miss by Reddick. So that's the final out, but the A's going to walk, a triple, and a sacrifice fly, and they take an early 2-0 lead. Brought to you by Fry's.com. The Fry's.com Open. Fry's.com Open returns to Court of All October 10th through the 14th. Tickets available at Fry'sOpenGolf.com. So the A's 2-0 lead. Second inning.
Tommy Milone scattered 7 hits in 8 innings on June 25th at Seattle and got out of a leadoff double in the first inning. And now he gets a little run support that really didn't get till after the first inning in Arlington, Texas in his last start.
So Smoke to lead it off, followed by Saunders and Olivo. The Rays are leading the White Sox 5-2 in the 7th inning in Chicago. Minnesota leading Detroit 1-0 in the 8th inning. Smoke rolls and foul. 1-1 the count.
Anybody even talk about the National League? Because it's pretty much done with the exception of the second wild card. Now I understand tomorrow night it's going to be San Francisco, Los Angeles, and the Giants are in, but the Cardinals are hanging on to their second wild card spot. Dodgers keep winning, so putting themselves in a position to maybe do something.
The Cardinals have a 2-game lead over the Dodgers for the second wild card, and the Cardinals are winning 9-4 in the 6th. Dodgers just underway, so
you say 2-game lead?
2-game lead. So it's an extreme long shot for the Dodgers, but they still do have a shot. The Cardinals will host the Reds Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And as Ray said, the Dodgers will host the Giants in the 3-game series. That's the only question mark still there in the National. Full of question marks in the American League. And that is a base hit. Smoke pokes one into left field.
Smoke has been hot, but also if you go back to the series in Seattle, Smoke ended up walking with the bases loaded. He does a good job of looking for certain pitches, and with Tommy Milone pitching, he knows from the right side he has a good changeup. That's a changeup that was left up in the zone a little bit too much. That Smoke hit hard to left field, but he at times will guess, especially with Tommy Milone, and a good changeup and a fastball. And seriously, it's hard to look for both pitches, fastball and a changeup, unless the guy's really soft with his fastball. And Tommy Milone, decent enough velocity, and the differential fastball and a changeup are good enough that fools a lot of hitters.
First pitch to Saunders is a strike. Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Saunders with a home run yesterday, his 19th of the year. He's got 54 RBIs. Just missed outside. The Mariners have their leadoff man on for the 2nd inning in a row. This is that home run by Saunders.
It sounded like a home run. I guess it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Change up down on the end at this location.
Saunders shoots one on the left field line, but foul.
Dan Straley yesterday, not his best performance, but got a no decision after 4 1/3 innings. 4 walks, which again uncharacteristic of his ability to throw strikes and pitch, but everything's a learning experience for the young starting staff of the Athletics. They're all young now.
Smoke with a short lead at first. So now full count. So Saunders able to lay off.
Against the lefties, and Olivo the tough righty in the on deck circle, but saw it with Seager staying outside. Same with Saunders staying outside. That'd be tough for Smoke to think about running because the left-handed pitcher, and good move by Tommy Milone.
Seven pitches for Milone already in the game. And another foul ball. So the Mariners making him work a little bit.
It's always nice though if left-handed pitcher and the runner at first on 3-2 is going back to first base. That is a good move, and that might not pick him off, but could help get him at second base. Smoke in this case, if it's ground ball hitting the hole for a force out.
So another 3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Malone.
Don't miss out on A's postseason baseball. Individual game tickets for potential wild card and American League Division Series games at the Coliseum are on sale now. Tickets are available online at oaklandathletics.com/postseason. Over the phone by calling 877-493-BALL or at the Coliseum box office. Many ways to get those postseason tickets, and players you're looking at just trying to make sure you get those tickets and use them.
That's right. Buy them and then let's hope you get to use them. There's a line drive, and that's a base hit. Cespedes racing over to cut it off, and he does a nice job getting there and then shows it off a little bit. So Olivo with the base hit.
And not surprising, Olivo swinging at first pitch. Actually started with a 78 mile-an-hour changeup, but it was up enough. The always aggressive Olivo got under it instead of on top of it.
Batting in the eighth
Same
position.
on top of it. If he hit it
Second
on
baseman,
top and the ground, it would have been a ground ball that drew for a double play. But Cespedes, great speed in the outfield. We've seen it on the bases, and this keeps the double play in order.
So here's the youngster Carlos Triunfel. Not good. Last 10 games, 7 for 82. And they do not have a hit with a runner in scoring position in this series. Think about it. They've scored 6 runs, Ray, in the series total. They've hit 4 home runs.
Interesting defensive alignment. There is one out, but yet Brandon Moss up on the grass at first base, almost as if he's thinking about a bunt. Triunfel would not be bunting with one out.
Triunfel takes a strike, even the count at 1-1.
All it does with the first baseman and the third baseman, Donaldson kind of going back and forth between third, even with the bag and back, but opens up a lot of holes where the corner infielders playing even with the bag. So they could be thinking about a drag or a push bunt for a base hit versus a true sacrifice. Now Donaldson will move back.
Triunfel fouls it back, so now Malone ahead in the count. Brendan Ryan waiting in the on-deck circle.
Ideally for Tommy Malone, if his changeup is down. Again, I always like to reference that with the best hitter in the American League. One of them anyway. Cabrera, just outstanding. He got him to hit to a double play on a changeup and struck him out. Yeah, Cabrera.
1-2 pitch, and that is hit hard but foul.
Well, the word has spread, I think, about Tommy Malone's changeup, because Triunfel got a fastball at 89 and hit it almost into the visiting dugout, first base side. So that would indicate that he might have been looking for an off-speed pitch to swing as late as he did with a fastball that was in the strike zone.
Smoke at second, Olivo at first. Not a lot of speed on the bases for Seattle. Way inside. Mariners have scored 595 runs this year. That's the fewest in the American League. They're 11th in the league in home runs hit. The offensive struggles have been an ongoing thing for really 3 years now. Just missed inside. Got a final in Toronto. The Yankees, who were down in that game 5-1, stormed back and beat the Blue Jays 9-6. So that's a big win for the Yankees as they keep pace with the Baltimore Orioles in the AL East. The Yankees will host the Red Sox final 3 games of the season. Orioles will go to the Rays. So the Orioles, Yankees tied with 3 to play in the AL East. Both 92 and 67.
The way the Red Sox have been playing and played in Boston or in Baltimore against the Orioles, you'd think that it'd be cakewalk for the Yankees, but the rivalry still exists between the Yankees and the Red Sox.
There's a line drive, base hit right field. Smoke had to wait to make sure it gets through, and they're going to wave him as Reddick could not field it clean, but the throw to the plate is there, and he is out. Reddick juggled it, and the Mariners saw that, so they sent the runner, and Reddick threw him out anyways.
And if Reddick comes up with it cleanly, Jeff Datz does not send Smoke. He was not running on the pitch. Reddick with a ball, scooting, popping up, but right back into his glove, set himself perfectly, and a perfect throw to George Kottaras for the out at the plate. Fortunately, the ball came back up into the glove of Josh Reddick, and when he threw to the plate, right on the line, in the air, no bounce, no chance of George Kottaras missing it. And there's Josh Reddick again at his best, and you cannot, well, there's no reason to think about why guys would even run on him. But when he bobbled it, and fortunately for Reddick and the A's, the ball came right back up to him.
So second and third, 2 outs for Ryan. What happens to Ray is the runner loses all momentum because he was being held, so he slows down, and then he's got to speed up again. Right. And if you're not a fast runner, and Smoke is not a fast runner, it takes a while to get things rolling again. Two 2-0 now to Ryan.
But Josh Reddick, watch the ball come right back up in his glove after he bobbled it. And then I think the most important thing, he did not panic. And no, Smoke does not run especially fast. And once the ball came back into his glove, he set himself up perfectly to throw.
Slow tapper. Pennington has it. Throws to first. And retired. And the Mariners do not score. So Reddick throws out Smoke at the plate. Keep the Mariners off the board.
Wow. Outfield on the 1st of October. That's tomorrow as the A's make a push for the postseason. Check out this and other dynamic deals on OaklandAthletics.com/dynamic deals. Green collar baseball working overtime. 10 for 1 on 10-1. 1 tomorrow, and baseball still exciting for the A's at the Coliseum.
Donaldson to lead it off, followed by Smith and Kataris. He's got a 2-spot in the first. Drew walked, Cespedes triple, Moss with a sacrifice fly. A's were quickly on the board. So the A's needed only 1 hit to get 2 runs. The Mariners have had 4 hits and they've yet to score. Toward Wells in right. And that's out number 1. All right, here's our Ford right choice. Bottom of the 9th yesterday. 1 down, 1 on, down by 2. You know the rest. Donaldson said, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I was trying to hit a home run.
But he also was looking for a curveball. Come on, Josh. But Evander Wilhelmsen threw a fastball by him. And he said he's not going to try to do it again because I had a very good swing on a fastball. So he looked for the off-speed pitch, got a curveball. Wilhelmsen, who happens to throw a very good curveball, hung it. And yes, the rest is history.
0-1 to Seth Smith. The A's would love to get Seth Smith going. He's in slump 1 for his last 19. Smith also striking out a lot, which is not something he necessarily does. He struck out 13 times in the last 9 games. Good changeup there from Ramirez. He has a good one.
Well, the month of September and October, great months for Seth Smith. You just go back to the 07 season with the Rockies, and sure, a lot of times a player is back on the positive at bats, and he had many of them for the Rockies.
Smoke to his right has it. Shuffles to Ramirez for out number 2. So this is updated. Remember, the Angels beat the Rangers. The Orioles won. The Yankees won. So Angels just 2 back of the A's. And the Athletics just 2 back of the Rangers. It's amazing. We've been showing that for about a month now, and it's less clear now than it was a month ago, which that's what makes it so much fun, I guess. Towers takes a strike. The Tigers have taken a 2-1 lead in the top of the 9th inning. See how they did that. And Tigers leading, White Sox losing. So 1-2 to Kataris. Hits one high to left field. Saunders fighting the sun, and he's got it. He had his back turned to the sun to help him shade his eyes. 3 up, 3 down inning for Ramirez, and we're on to the 3rd. 2-0 Athletics. Evergood Sausages. Pick up Evergood Sausages at your local grocery store today. What a gorgeous Sunday. Perfect weather, and the A's with a 2-0 lead, top of the third inning. He's been here a few times.
So is the hat.
That gentleman probably watched my partner catch. Hit a long one every once in a while. Top of the order for the Mariners.
On a fan appreciation day, great to see the fans and a lot of the players out. Customers ticket service area welcoming the fans in, season ticket holders, and very appreciative of the players coming out.
Gutierrez opened up the ball game with a double. Mariners could not get him home.
Well, the A's know facing the Mariners, especially with Ramirez on the mound. Ramirez in 8 innings on the 6/25, June 25th. Malone and Ramirez. He gave up just 3 hits and 1 run, and the A's only had 1 left on base. Those 8 innings. So Tommy Malone with a 2-0 lead. That is good because Ramirez has shown he can pitch well. At least the A's facing him. He's pitched well against them with a good changeup, as you mentioned. The chase changeup, the pitch that he likes to throw to get hitters to chase. Malone also has a very good changeup. And when it's good, it is excellent.
Gutierrez checks his swing. So 2-2 the count with Wells to follow, and then Seager. And there's another line drive, and that's going to be into the left field corner. And Gutierrez is going to have another double. So a couple of doubles in the same spot for Gutierrez. So that is 5 hits now for the Mariners. So they've had plenty of opportunities.
And with the changeup down, and he left it up, and that's worrisome because that was a 2-strike changeup. And again, if it's down, it does not allow the hitter to get under it as Gutierrez does on that one. That was about bell tie. So Tommy Malone, and I'm sure George Kottaras will continue to call it because it's a pitch that he has to throw. You can't flirt with danger like this all the time. Expect to keep getting out of it.
First pitch to Casper Wells. Swing and a miss. You saw the note on the Mariners. They do not have a hit with runners in scoring position in this series. Up until Trienfeld's base hit last inning, and the runner got thrown out at home. Malone jumps ahead 0-2.
Good fastball first pitch to Wells that he swung through, then a good changeup that he kind of caught in between. Important thing for a catcher. We have seen catchers around the league, different pitchers. Important pitch that they need to throw, catchers stay with it until pitcher perfects it. That's what George Kottaras needs to do and will do with Malone today.
Ray, the Tigers win 2-1 in Minnesota. They got a 2-run homer from Prince Fielder in the top of the 8th inning. So a big hit for the big fella, and Detroit will now sit back and see what happens with the White Sox. But with that win, they now have a 2.5 game lead in the Central. Chicago in desperate need of a win, and the Rays are leading the White Sox 5-2 in the 8th inning. Two pitch to Casper Wells. Missed again, 3-2. So that was pitch number 50 for Tommy Malone. So it's not real sharp today.
Wells has to be thinking he's going to get the changeup eventually. He fouled off the 0-1 changeup, but since then 3 fastballs, all high fastballs that have missed, and See if he's sitting on that changeup.
And it was a changeup, but it was a little bit up again.
Yeah. Well, it's such a fine line. We have seen both Malone and Jared Parker, A.J. Griffin, guys that have very good changeups. Even look at everybody; they all have good changeups, but well, you have to keep them down to be effective.
So another 3-2. And that one bounced in the hole. Donaldson, great play, picks it up, guns it to first, not quite in time. Donaldson made a great stop. The ball hit the ground, and they picked it up. But Wells got the base hit.
It's the speed of Wells getting out of the box quickly, and Josh Donaldson, very good play. Just unfortunately, as he caught the ball, came out of his glove when it actually, Sheriff called it a fumble. That bang bang play, but the foot just got on the bag before Moss was able to handle it.
So 2 more hits for the Mariners. They now have 6 in the game. And here is Kyle Seager. And there's a little looper, and that's going to drop for a hit. Gutierrez is going to be waved in. Cespedes tried to barehand it, and he was going to come up throwing, but he dropped it. So the run scores. So Seager has a bloop RBI single.
It would have been interesting if Cespedes had come up with the ball with the bare hand, because Gutierrez was being sent. He read it perfectly and should have put the ball in front of him, and softly hit by Seager. Here the back crack, and Gutierrez the big jump, but Cespedes a very strong arm. Just looked up when the ball came down, hit the ground. They looked up to see where the runner was, and at that point, if you're trying to barehand the ball, it's tough to look the ball into your bare hand and not keeping your eye on it.
So trouble for Malone. No double, single, single, and the Mariners are on the board.
Now batting, number 63, Jesus Montero.
So now it's Jesus Montero. Smoke will follow. So Montero, he hit with a runner at second and 2 outs in the first inning and fouled out. But he's dangerous. First pitch is bit inside. Wells at second, Seager at first. Side again, and now it's 2-0.
Got to be frustrating for a pitcher, especially the way Tommy Malone pitched against the Rangers in his last start in that atmosphere. Texas, very good hitting club, and the pitch is working to retire 11 consecutive.
Montero was ready to rip on 2-0, and not surprisingly, he got a changeup and he rolled it foul.
It's almost like with Tommy Malone in the start in Texas after the air that allowed 2 runs to score. He had Hamilton at third. It's almost like got nothing to lose, everything to gain, and he just settled down, almost relaxed him a little bit when he had the 200-run score against him in the first inning, and
then he pitched great.
Did not allow another run to score. A's won it 3-2 in 10.
Montero bounces it to short. Drew's got it out at second, and that's a double play. Wells goes to third, and now there are 2 outs.
Taylor made double play. Montero does not run especially fast, and this ball right to Stephen Drew. The key catch the ball, good feed to Pennington, which he did, and as Pennington continued and completed the double play. Taylor made 6-4-3, and Cliff Pennington with a very strong arm at second, just daring anybody to get on top of him. So Malone will pitch out of the windup again with a runner at third.
Smoke takes the strike. Smoke had a base hit in the second inning.
Took that fastball. Guess what he's looking for? And I think Smoke faces Malone every time. Knows that it's powered more from the left side. Good hitter from the right side as well, but seems to always want to sit on the changeup from Malone.
That one almost hit him. Reaches up.
The A's wanted to think about it. First base is open. Left-hander Saunders, who struck out on a high fastball 3-2 his first at bat, is in the on-deck circle.
And that one's lined, and it's foul.
Change up again. So he's thinking, going to show it to him, bounce it, because he's looking for it. Seven from the right side, 12 from the left side, hitting less of a batting average from the left side, but still overall batting average at .212.
So the crowd, nice crowd today, getting into it. The count is 2-2.
In case of Tommy Malone feels comfortable showing a certain particular pitch, and Taurus didn't go to it.
That one hit up the middle, and that's going to get through into center field, and that's going to tie the game as Wells trots in. So Smoke hits the big hit the Mariners were looking for, and we are tied at 2.
Yeah, not surprising Kurt Young on the phone, because he sees his starter, as was the case yesterday with Straley, struggling.
Now batting.
And down and away with the target, the pitch right in the middle of the plate. Up, and Smoke a very big hit.
So Smoke 2 for 2. He gets his 50th RBI.
Almost would not have been opposed to walking in and pitching and trying to get him to chase a bad pitch with left-hander coming up.
So 4 hits in the inning, 8 hits in the game for Seattle, and Neshek starts to throw. And he's warming up quickly. He usually does warm up quickly. 0-1 to Saunders. Good pitch there with a fastball. Saunders struck out swinging in the second inning. Mariners have tied it here in the third. When you watch Tommy Malone pitch, Ray, you're not used to seeing a lot of pitches up, even on the pitches that are called ball. And we've seen a lot of those today.
Yeah, when the fastball and the changeup are both up.
High, yeah.
I mean, Smoke hit what the board showed as 87, which would have been a fastball, or a little bit less than his good fastball at 89. But he's not really overpowering with the fastball, and for him, he knows that the differential, what the difference is between a fastball and a changeup, is how he fools the hitters. But if the pitch is left up, even though it is a changeup and 7-8 mile an hour differential, then it's going to be hit. It's been hit today.
That one grounded toward Pennington, who ranges to his right. He'll go to second. Side retired. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Mariners. We go to the bottom of the third. It's a 2-2 game.
new low pricing and see every A's remaining A's out of market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit OaklandAthletics.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere.
So bottom of the third, it's a 2-2 game. So the Mariners have bounced back. Scored a 2 spot in the top of this inning. Pennington to lead it off. Pennington, Crisp, and Drew. A little bit high, 2-0. Ramirez thought at least one of those 2 pitches may be strikes, not the case.
Jeff Kellogg is enjoying the low strike today, as we've seen. That's why for both pitchers, elevating the fastball and the changeups are not good.
That one lined, and Seager reaches up and he makes the catch, and that's out number 1. Here's our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray. Log on to CSNCalifornia.com to post your question. Ron from Fresno asks, talk about the 2013 season. What players are locked in and who are free agents?
You know my answer to that? I don't care. What's your answer?
Well, I think we should give Ron a little respect. And
well, I did. Think about 2012. No. I don't know.
You're such a sweetheart, Ray.
I don't know, to be honest. All I know is that there are a lot of young players, and most of them are under control. You've got the list, right?
Okay. You know what? I think I'm just going to take this question. My partner doesn't seem to want anything to do with Ron from Fresno. Well, Inge is a free agent.
Right.
Gomes, right. Drew, there's a club option. Bartolo Colon is a free agent. Grant Balfour, there's an option. Brandon McCarthy is a free agent. So McCarthy is a question of whether you bring him back. That's possible. Stephen Drew, I guess you have the $10 million. It's a mutual option, I should say. So both the club and the player would have to agree. So we'll see about that. Johnny Gomes. He's been invaluable this year in a number of different ways.
Talk about a number of veterans, guys who have filled in, done a great job. But most of the young players, well, they're all the young players are under control from the A standpoint. So it's a matter of tendering a contract and negotiating. But think back to what I remember from 2011 to 2012, just 7 returning from the roster. So a big turnover this season. But they've played well and right down to the final weekend of the regular season and hope to keep it going.
And Coco Crisp with the 1-out walk.
Now batting.
So that'll bring up Stephen Drew.
5, shortstop, Stephen Drew.
Sorry.
Oh, I got it, Ray. You just take a break on that question.
I mean, now, if the A's were 12, 14 out and been eliminated a month ago, we can talk about it. That's fine. You did it well. You had the list and you can handle it perfectly.
Drew walked and scored in the first inning.
Well, Coco's got to be chomping a bit to run, especially with a left-handed batter.
There's a strike.
It's a case where Stephen Drew, first strike he's seen in his 2 at-bats, that might give Coco an opportunity to run. It'll be a green light running on his own, so it's tough for a left-handed hitter to know when he might be running. That's why Drew took the first offering.
Coco with 37 steals, and he goes and he got a big jump and no chance for Montero, and he knew it.
Well, as we have talked, whenever a pitcher gets a sign from his catcher to throw over, then he does. But if it's not there, watch Ramirez does not look as Coco. All he had to do is look a second time, or maybe even one time, and he's gotten Coco. But Coco took off, and we have seen him since he returned, even when he was pinch running while he was injured. And the pink eye He wanted to do that a few times, but ended up stopping. This time he took off.
Strike on the outside corner and the changeup. So 1-2 to Drew with Cespedes waiting in the on-deck circle. He's trying to grab the lead right back. That one bounced foul. The Rays have added a run in Chicago. It's now 6-2 in the ninth inning. So they are in the bottom of the ninth. Ryan trying to hold Crisp close at second. Coco, he's not afraid to take off and steal third.
Well, from the Mariners standpoint, they're playing Drew to pull, and that allows Ryan to stay close to second base and Seager a long way off third if Coco decided to run.
And that one on the inside corner, strike three called. Second strikeout for Ramirez.
Fastball inside,
Now batting,
tailing action, right back
number
over the plate, and
52,
Stephen
left
Drew
field,
the
Glennis
shadows, and maybe
Cespedes.
I can start looking for the shadows, see if we can see the movement of the catcher.
So here's Cespedes. Cespedes with a RBI triple in the first inning. So he now has 81 RBIs. The triple was his 5th of the year. Hit a ball down the right field line. And the first pitch in for a strike.
That hanger had hit me all
Yes,
over.
it did.
It just wasn't looking for it because it hung right in the middle of the plate, and we've seen pitches like that leave very quickly. Mr. Better Cespedes.
That one is a fastball. A lot of movement, but it runs down and in.
Watching Montero catch the backhanding a ball down and in. That's dangerous.
Most RBIs by a rookie in Oakland A's history. Cespedes 4th on the list. This one's chopped into the hole. Ryan is going to throw to first, and it's not in time. Smoke wisely comes off the bag to grab the throw.
Surprised he even threw it. I thought he'd be looking, maybe faking to throw and look at Coco Crisp at third, but Gallego was holding him up, and there was the hanger again, hit on top of it. Ryan, though, going into the hole, saved the run, but no chance to throw out the speedy Cespedes, and out of the box, turn it on. It's amazing when he hits the bag, it's like hitting the 100-yard dash.
Here again.
Tape.
There's your final. So the Rays win it 6-2 over the White Sox. So the Rays needed that win to keep pace with the teams they're chasing. The White Sox needed that win to keep pace with the Tigers. That did not happen. So Detroit wins. The White Sox lose. So Detroit has a 3-game lead with 3 to play. The Tigers finishing strong. They won 6 out of their last 7, and they will go to Kansas City for the final 3 games of the season.
Those two teams knew going in that it was going to be a division or go home, because neither of the two had any chance for the wild card.
Now on the other side, the White Sox, with that loss, they have lost 5 out of their last 6. They go to Cleveland. So that's all the Tigers have to do is win 1 game, or the White Sox lose 1 game, and the Tigers will be going to the postseason. I think they could be a dangerous team.
Yes, they could.
Moss, a swing and a miss. I know when we were in Detroit not long ago, people that cover the Tigers said that they can be very good, but at times they just don't play very well, which may not make a whole lot of sense. But
there was a changeup that Moss got. First pitch from Ramirez and swung through it.
Moss hit a sacrifice fly in the first inning. He needs a base hit here to get a run home.
The good thing about those two teams fighting against each other, both will be playing in the Central Time Zone, so at starting time they'll be able to watch the scoreboard and know what's going on. White Sox will be hoping for Kansas City to do something, which they're capable.
Well, when the A's were there, remember the Tigers won the first 2 games of the series, and they looked very good.
Yeah.
And then the third game of the series, the A's won, and the Tigers looked terrible.
Yeah.
They made costly errors. They made mistakes. Oh, 0-1 to Moss. Swing and a miss.
Ramirez has a nice slide step, sneaky fastball at 93. Then he pulls the string on the changeup. He has a good 10, 11 miles per hour differential. And
so 0-2. Yeah, that one low. Moss takes it.
yes, Gutierrez had something happen with his 2 doubles. He is out of the game with Robinson in left, and Saunders moves over to center.
So Trayvon Robinson in. Gutierrez out. 1-2. Moss looking for a big hit. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Ramirez. So a couple of strikeouts, and the A's strand a pair. We're moving to the 4th inning. It's a 2-2 game. By McDonald's, June 26th of this year, Tommy Milone gets win number 8. It's against the Mariners, and it breaks a rookie record for wins before the All-Star break. He breaks Rick Langford's record. Langford had 7 before the break in 1977. Today, Milone going for his 14th win of the year.
And he realizes he's on a short leash with Neshek warming up again in the bullpen. Started off great after the double to Gutierrez, then retired the next 3.
There's Milone sitting at the top of that list. Most wins by a rookie in Oakland history. Stephen Drew grabs the soft line drive off the bat of Miguel Olivo.
It's a good play. Ball was knuckling towards Drew.
So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 4th inning. And that'll bring up
Now ready,
Trienfeld.
number 8, Carlos Trienfeld.
The Trienfeld had a base hit in the 4th inning. It was the play that Smoak got thrown out at the plate. Nice pick by Donaldson. Straightens up and throws him out. Very nice play.
That's why they call it the hot corner, because it was a hot shot. Aim on the bag, and Josh Donaldson backhand down to one knee. Once he gets the ball in his hand, he has a very, very strong arm. And this is an exceptional play, getting to see an X-Mo, just one hop, 2 hops, scoop. Came up with it, settles himself, and makes a strong throw. Get the corner infielders, Moss, an outfielder with a very strong arm playing first. Donaldson, a catcher, also strong arm. And Cespedes in left, Reddick in right. A lot of good arm strength. Pennington, of course, with his arm at second.
First pitch to Brendan Ryan is low. Ryan bounced out to end the 2nd inning. Good pitch there, a fastball right on the inside corner.
Big out of the game was Ryan in the 2nd inning, because he has hurt the A's a number of times this season. Usually opposite field hits. He had a couple of runners in scoring position. Fortunately, the A's got him out.
Shallow center field. Coco Crisp racing in. Pennington out, and Coco makes the catch and then goes into a slide. Side retired. So Malone has a 3-up, 3-down inning, and he needed that. So bottom of the 4th coming up. It's a 2-2 game. By AT&T. We're the 3 sets of rookie teammates since 1984 to each win at least 12 games. 3 sets of rookie teammates since 1984. Reddick to lead it off, and he skies the first pitch he sees toward left center. And it's going to be Trayvon Robinson who's under it. So Reddick is retired. He's 0 for 2. And that'll bring up Donaldson.
Third baseman, number 20, Josh
Hudson was a rookie at one time with the Athletics.
Yeah.
Donaldson, his 2nd at bat. Ball is high. Ramirez has thrown 51 pitches now, so his pitch count not too bad.
See, that's a pitch that he wanted in Jeff Kellogg has been consistent not calling the high strike.
You throw it once and you get it. You throw it the next time and you don't get it. It's a little frustrating for both sides. That time, low strike call.
See, that's what he likes. And ideally, a pitcher wants to keep the ball down in the strike zone, take those strikes, and have a much better chance to have success. Tommy Milone has 6 pitch top half of the inning, and bottom part of the batting order. It's great for him to have a quick one.
Ooh, that one just fouled by much. So 2-2 to Donaldson with Seth Smith waiting in the on-deck circle.
Late on the swing, almost turned out for him.
Ramirez kicks, and breaking ball hit foul. Ray, the Cardinals won that game. We talked about the Cardinals earlier. They beat the Nationals 10-4. So they now have a 2.5 game lead over the Dodgers for the final wild card spot in the National League with 3 to play. Dodgers are playing right now, and they are winning 2-1.
So they would have, if the Dodgers win, a 2-game lead over the Dodgers starting play tomorrow?
With 3 to play. That is if the Dodgers win that game. So not quite over yet. Still a little pulse for the Dodgers. They're making a late season run. They've won 4 in a row. Donaldson goes after it, and he is gone. So that's 4 strikeouts for Ramirez.
Well, the A's got to see the great changeup from Vargas yesterday. And how about the changeup from the right-hander today? Jason Vargas gave up nothing yesterday for the 7 innings. And got a pat on the back, and the A's said Yahoo. Yeah. Because after he left, they woke up and all of his 7 strikeouts on changeups yesterday.
Right, it was as the game went on, it was an anybody else game, meaning the A's wanted to see anybody else on the mound except Vargas.
7 innings for Vargas, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 run, and that run thanks to a great hustle by Cespedes. Otherwise, he could have had 7 shutout innings, but unfortunately, the A's scored 1 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, 3 in the 10th.
Change up to Smith, floats outside. Smith bounced out to the first baseman in the second inning.
Well, you think some good luck for Seth Smith, a Todd Hilton. You don't see that often. Both names seem great, but that's
strike call, 2-2.
Todd Hilton, great first baseman for the Rockies, teammates with Seth Smith.
I just read where he said he wanted to play 1 more year.
He should. He should. He is the franchise. Might as well stay. I mean, no reason to go out the same year as Chipper Jones is going out.
No.
Plus, if you're going to play 1 more and have the farewell that Chipper's having, Chipper's going to get a 1-game play-in instead of a 5-game division that would have been automatic under the former rules of the wild card. But
yes, he is. Slowly hit. Trienfeld has it. And Erasmo Ramirez has a 3-up, 3-down bottom of the 4th. On to the 5th, tied at 2. 3 sets of rookie teammates since 1984 to each win at least 12 games. Got to go back to 84 where it starts. Gooden and Darling. And then in 2006, Josh Johnson, Scott Olson. And now 2012, Malone and Parker. So it does not happen very often.
Where did we just see Ron Darling? We saw him.
Ron Darling.
New York.
It's good to see Ron Darling.
Pitcher for the A's, and one of the many the A's have had.
This is Trayvon Robinson leading it off. He's in the game for Gutierrez. So we have not heard exactly what is wrong with Franklin Gutierrez. He had a couple of doubles and a run scored. Trayvon Robinson, a switch hitter, hit a home run left-handed earlier in this series.
A hanging curveball, or at least a curveball in the middle of the plate from A.J. Griffin on Friday night when the ball carried very well. Friday night game. Tommy, 6-pitch inning last inning, getting the bottom 3. Boy, he'd like to have a similar success as Neshek in the bullpen quiet. Neshek got up to start the 4th inning, but Tommy was very quick, retiring all 3.
Now full count to Robinson. Wells will be next. This is in the 3rd inning. Let's see Gutierrez. He's scoring on this play, but about halfway to home he shuts her down a little bit, so that may have been it. Toward Coco Crisp, who goes back, reaches up and makes the catch for out number 1.
I think the Mariners would love to see Gutierrez stay healthy, because he is a great player.
Hurt, yeah. It's really been a couple years since he's
now batting number 33,
played a full season.
Casper Wells.
So 1 out for Casper Wells. Mariners will head home after this game, and they will host the Angels. I would imagine we'll be keeping an eye, close eye on that series. I believe King Felix is pitching tomorrow. And he
his turn.
C.J. Wilson. Wells hits Lindor to right center, hit pretty well. Coco Crisp going back, he's at the wall, he leaps and it's off his glove, and Wells is going to hit the bag at second. He's going to try for third. The throw is there, and no, it rolls away from Donaldson, and Wells is safe. The ball was there in time, but it just trickled away from Donaldson.
Well, Pennington with a very strong throw right to Donaldson, and Josh Reddick made a similar play in Anaheim that Donaldson was not able to hang on to the ball. Would have been another assist. This one's so close to being caught off the glove, and Reddick back to Pennington, and Pennington, what a strong throw, but the sun and just off the tip of the glove. But Pennington, look at the strong throw, and definitely could outrun and actually kicked it out. Wells hit the glove right there, and as Donaldson brought it up, left knee actually kicked it out of the glove. Is Coco, everything close on this play, including Coco Crisp. Oh, wow. If it hits the pocket, he's out. Hits off the edge of the glove. Reddick there backing up, and the relay, 2 perfect throws, and just could not be handled at third base.
So that could be a big play. Wells had third with 1 out for the Mariners' leading RBI man in Kyle Seager, who has an RBI today. He's 84th of the year. Infield in. First pitch to Seager is a fastball right there for a strike. Seager takes that one, again a fastball, but this one outside. Neshek and Blevins now throwing. at bat. So Malone jumps ahead in the count. On deck is Jesus Montero, right-handed hitter. Seager swings and misses. Chased a fastball, and that's out number 2.
Well, and Bob Melvin is not going to give him a chance to face Montero. He's going to go to Neshek, but what a great pitch and a strikeout, with Seager doing what he did in the first inning. A strikeout. This one expanded his strike zone. And this is simply a matter of, I want to try to get the out, the big out.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Two-thirds innings today. This was not sharp. 9 hits, but only 2 runs. The runner at third is his. So a big pivotal spot in the game, and Neshek comes in to face the right-handed hitting Montero. Wells is at third in the first pitch. Slider outside.
And once again, the A's shading Montero to right field, and not surprising. Strong enough, he can pull the ball if he gets a hanging slider, but I think they're going to stay away from him.
Misses badly, and it's 2-0. Switch hitter Smoke is in the on-deck circle.
And this could be a one better appearance. And a big one. We saw the same thing in Texas. Neshek came in to face Adrian Beltre.
Not close. 3-0.
That's why he's in against the right-hander.
There you go.
Yeah, 094. The one home run was Beltre going opposite field in Texas. And don't believe this guy's not going to be swinging 3-0.
And he misses on 4 pitches, and none were that close.
From a slider 3-0, thinking he might be, and here comes the skipper, and it's going to turn Smoke around.
So Neshek comes into the game, throws 4 straight balls, and that's it. So Blevins is going to come in to face Smoke.
is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So 2-2 game, but the Mariners threatening again. They have runners at first and third with 2 outs. So it'll be Blevins against Smoke. Smoke is the switch hitter, so he's going to swing around. Actually, he's not going to swing around. He's been hitting right-handed all day. And he's got 2 singles and an RBI.
Blevins does not throw a lot of changeups, so more of the curveball, cutter, fastball variety of pitches instead of the changeup that Smoke was able to look for against Tommy Milone.
Wells at third, Montero at first. Swing and a miss. Smoke not waiting around, goes right after it. Missed it.
Good time to throw first pitch slider. Justin Smoke is feeling very good about himself and has the last month, the way he's been swinging the bat from both sides. And he's got to be very thrilled to go into the offseason, look forward to 2013.
And he takes a rip at a fastball, fouls a straight back, slipped in the batter's box. That may have been the one pitch in the at bat to hit. Watch where this pitch is. Fastball.
Foot down, it was right there. The only thing that he might have done is try to pull the ball instead of take him to the opposite field, which he's capable of doing. So Jerry Blevins, a couple of pitches to work with. So he's throwing a hard slider down and a fastball.
Went way outside. 1-2. Mariners have 9 hits in the game. The A's have 2. Each team with 2 runs. That's really the only number that matters. Close, but a bit outside.
Jared Blevins can always look back to a great pitch to Howie Kendrick. This breaking ball did not reach the outside corner. Got Kendrick to roll over on a double play 5-4-3 in Anaheim in the game. Trying to get out of a big inning here in the 5th.
Smoke. Donaldson has it, gets up, he's going to throw to first, and they got him.
Wow. There's your arm, Kite.
So Donaldson saves a run. It would have put the Mariners in the lead. So Donaldson, more defense. Guy's doing it all.
Well, once he got in his glove, here comes the arm. Wow.
baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Hyundai. Hyundai Sunday is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Gorgeous day. 2-2 game, bottom of the 5th inning. So the A's kind of dodging bullets today, trying to hold on to that. In this case, a tie. They can keep it close late. Those are the games the A's have won this year.
But you see how Bob Melvin is managing this game. Tommy Milone, as we have talked about with the starting pitcher, they would work themselves out of situations they're in right now. But right now, it's whoever's the freshest. If the pitcher's struggling, then Tommy Milone knew after 3 innings he had a great 4th, but he knew he was on a short leash, and as it turned out, got a runner at 3rd and Neshek and Blevins. So thanks to the great play, home run yesterday to tie it. Josh Donaldson, at least at this point, saves the go-ahead run from scoring. And great defensive play.
So the A's make that play to keep a run off the board. Reddick throws a runner out at the plate to keep a run off the board. A little bit low, close pitch, 3-1.
And if Kataris walks, they pinch run for him, then we know.
7th game of the World Series.
Right. That part's not going to happen.
And it is a leadoff walk to Kataris here in the bottom of the 5th.
There goes Weeks. There's the defense you just talked about, and it has been very good. And how about this play? Josh Donaldson to his left. Diving, comes up with his smoke.
Number 2.
Not blessed with a lot of speed as we've seen him thrown out at the plate. And Josh Donaldson, even though Stephen Drew was behind him, Donaldson, once he got up, still had plenty of time, did not hurry his throw, didn't panic, and made a perfect throw to Brandon Moss to get the 3rd out of the inning. He has been all over the place today. Great plays to his right defensively, and now to his left, diving.
So another ball, and now Ramirez is going to get a visit.
Yeah, I think it's amazing, and thinking back some great things that have happened. Brandon Inge came to the club and grand slam in his first game and walk-offs. A lot of good things happening when he went on the DL. And because of what he had done defensively at 3rd, that's when Josh Donaldson came back and said, I want to play solid defense. And a result really of Brandon Inge and his play and how much it's helped him offensively. For Donaldson, it's been great with his defense at 3rd.
Missed again. 2-0 to Pennington. Ramirez has walked 3, struck out 4, and now the pitching coach is going to come out, Carl Willis.
Wedge looking at the lineup card with his bench coach and friend of Glenn captain Robbie Thompson.
Indeed. Robbie.
Always looking for you. Where's Kite? Where is he?
Playing hard to get.
Well, patience is the key for the Athletics so far, because Kataris did not get a pitch close to the strike zone. 4 pitches kept running away. Pennington started this at bat, 2 pitches outside, and a whole lot of people want to talk to Erasmo Ramirez.
He's popular all of a sudden.
That's right.
That time he catches the outside corner, 2-1. Pennington lined out to Seager at 3rd, his first at bat. That was in the 3rd inning. And now it's 3-1.
Well, again, if we talk about a pitcher who has a lot of movement on his fastball, running away from left-handers, it's always tempting for a catcher to call for a fastball inside, and struck out Stephen Drew in the 3rd with a fastball in. But if it doesn't move, you're taking a chance of opening up the shortest distance to right field with a left-handed hitter and to pull the ball into the seats.
Not close. So Pennington walks.
Boy, perfect guy coming up to do what he can do best for Coco Crisp. And everybody's going to come in on the grass, and this is a possibility of a bunt. Not even with a runner at third. And
Now batting, center fielder.
Furbush immediately up, and he's going to start to throw as Erasmo Ramirez, who has pitched pretty well through the first 4 innings, but he has walked the first 2 here in the 5th. So Ramirez trying to find the strike zone, but the A's in a great spot to take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Coco is grounded out and walked. Also stole the base.
Well, the whole left side of the infield is open.
Not bunting, and there's a strike. And really, Ray, I mean, done a lot of games this year. I don't see him bunting here. I mean, that's not a big surprise.
Well, the only thing, he might have been given one chance, and with a strike, he might not, just because of that. But he has speed, tough guy to double up. So I think the Mariners, if they did get a ground ball, it would be tough. Probably a first and third at worst.
So 0-2, and there was that changeup from Ramirez. All right, that's his go-to pitch.
Yeah. And once he got the curveball over, which was a very good pitch for Montero to call in the first offering to Coco. Curveball, maybe thinking he's going to bunt. Curveball at times is a difficult pitch to bunt. He did not. Now he's in the whole 0-2.
That one tapped towards short. Ryan is right at the bag. He throws to first, and that's a double play.
And that's the only place they were going to turn to.
So Coco bounced it toward Ryan, and he fielded it. Had about 1 step to get to second base, so it really was not a difficult double play.
And if he has to feed the ball, he's not going to turn to. But Coco, protected with a couple of strikes, reached out and tried to pull an outside pitch. And once Ryan got it in his quick throw, strong arm, an easy 6-3 double play.
So it's up to Stephen Drew. They still have a shot with the runner at third, 2 outs. And there's a strike. So there's first pitch breaking ball.
Yep, again.
That sets you up nice if you're a pitcher. If you could throw a first pitch breaking ball first strike.
Well, after the 10 pitches he threw to Gutierrez and Pennington, walking both. And then first pitch curveballs, the next 2 batters.
And comes back with a changeup. So it was the same sequence to Coco Crisp.
That's right. All of a sudden he's feeling good about himself after walking the first 2 batters. Yeah, everybody in the world wanted to talk to him. And
Drew wants timeout.
Well, Vargas yesterday facing the right-handers. We talked about staying back, hitting the ball to the opposite field or right field. Same for lefties against the changeup from Ramirez. Stay back as long as possible.
And a changeup, he went right to it. And Drew swings and misses. And give Erasmo Ramirez some credit. He works out of the jam. He's had 2 on and nobody out. Do not score.
American League Championship Series games at the Coliseum are on sale Tuesday at 10 a.m. Tickets are available online at oaklandathletics.com/postseason, over the phone by calling 877-493-BALL, or at the Coliseum box office.
Number 55, Michael Saunders.
Ray, did you go to the 73 World Series? Did you have tickets for that?
Yes, I did. As
You had good seats.
As Johnny Gomes said, all I wanted was a good seat at the Coliseum. Now I'm sitting in the dugout. And that's where I was against the Mets. And after beating the Orioles in a 5-game league championship series in '73 and playing the Mets right here in the first game, I said, this is the World Series.
This is it.
I mean, just getting there, having to win over the Orioles in Game 5, and remember at that time, no division series, a 5-game league championship. So it was hard just to get there. Kind of anticlimactic with the first game. That was something a 2-1 win for the A's.
Well, plus, I would think you play 162 games, 6 months, and then your season is now a week.
That's right.
I mean, that's
it. 5 games to go to the show or the dance, big dance, and fortunately the A's did. Well, he helped that year, as he did every year, winning 3 consecutive World Series.
That one's hit very high. Right field, Reddick drifting back. And he's got it, and Saunders is retired. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning.
Remember when the World Series would end 1st of October because the Yankees would win the American League? And somebody would win the National League. They'd play a 7-game World Series or 5 or 6, 7-game World Series, and it's over about October the 8th.
Yep.
Not anymore with the Division, League Championship, World Series, and now, of course, with the new wild card format, play in to get to postseason or to the Division Series.
1 out for Miguel Olivo. Fastball inside to Olivo. All the games are final in the American League. The Orioles won, the Angels won, the Rays won. That one hit toward Reddick. And again, he moves back. He's got one. Olivo's retired.
Well, that one by Olivo, he didn't really drive the ball. He has the power to take it out to right field, but kind of open up a little bit when the bat drags through. You're not driving the ball as well as when you're taking the step to try to hit the ball to the opposite field, and that's what kept him in the park. He's upset. Probably thinking with the elevated fastball, if he drives a little bit better, he's got a chance maybe to hit a home run.
So here's Carlos Triunfal. His 3rd at bat. He's 1 for 2. First pitch outside. So Orioles win, Angels win, Rays win. These are the teams surrounding the A's in the wild card race. And obviously the Rangers lost because they lost to the Angels. Second game of that doubleheader should start in about an hour.
That's at 6 o'clock local time?
I believe so, yes.
4 o'clock Pacific. Well, at least because both teams are traveling. It's Ryan Cook starting to heat up. Both teams are traveling, and it's supposed to be just a 1 game in the afternoon and probably be on the plane already, but that is not the case with the day-night.
So 1-1 to Triunfal. Irvin Santana will pitch for the Angels in that second game. Derek Holland will pitch for the Rangers. If you're just joining us or you didn't see what happened, the Angels scored 2 runs off Joe Nathan in the top of the 9th inning to take a 5-4 lead in game 1 of that doubleheader, and they hung on to win it. So a huge win for the Angels. Keep their playoff hopes alive. Moss has it. Hustles to the bag. Side retired. So Jerry Blevins has a very nice 3-up, 3-down inning, and Yoenis Cespedes is going to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th. Light Freeze Cam. Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. Bottom of the 6th inning of a 2-2 game. And Cespedes to lead things off. He'll be followed by Moss and then Reddick. Cespedes not waiting around. Fouls it to the right side. 80 pitches for Ramirez, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. He walked the first 2 in the 5th inning, but the A's could not capitalize on that. Cespedes tripled in a run in the 1st inning, and then had an infield single in the 3rd. Now he's behind in the count 0-2.
Not too many times a hitter goes up to lead off an inning that he's trying to hit a home run. I think the 2 swings by Cespedes, he's trying to hit a home run.
What gave you that idea?
You're talking about violent swing. My.
Cespedes 4 for 9 in the series, so his batting average all the way up to 291 for the year. 0-2 pitch. And that's a swinging strikeout. Strikeout number 6 for Erasmo Ramirez. Got a pretty good arsenal, doesn't he, Ray?
Well, he'd throw the changeup and the curveball and then come back a slider to Cespedes 0-2. And really, it's kind of a chase waste pitch. He is not going to take a chance leaving the pitch close enough so he can take another strong swing. And really smart pitching to throw it out of the strike zone.
So here's Moss. Moss has a sacrifice fly and a strikeout. So after his 5 RBI game yesterday, he picks up an RBI in the 1st inning today. Furbush still throwing for the Mariners. So looks like he's probably ready if needed. Here's the hard throwing left-hander. One pitch to Moss, and he swings and misses. Moss 3 for 9 in the series with 6 RBIs.
Struck out the previous bat on a changeup. This time a fastball that he might have been looking for. Changeup.
And he rolls over on it. Trienfeld has it, and that's out number 2. So that'll bring up Reddick. Let's see Reddick get a hold of one.
Number 16, Josh Reddick.
Say Reddick and those fans out in right field, they've bonded well this year.
They have. And when the Royals come in, they can have Bacon Tuesday with Jeff Francoeur. Frenchie Francoeur.
Outside. Now 2-0 to Reddick.
Eric Wedge has had the bullpen active. Meanwhile, A's bullpen continues, and Ryan Cook will be the 3rd reliever. It's going to the 7th inning.
Reddick on 2-0 got a pitch to hit and fouled it back.
Other times when a hitter misses a pitch, he may show his frustration in the dugout. Josh Reddick shows it right at home plate. He'll throw his bat, he'll fire his helmet, he'll do something if he hits a pitch he thinks he should have been hitting and doesn't.
Soft line drive behind second. Ryan is there, side retired. So Erasmo Ramirez through the 6th, and we're on to the 7th, still tied at 2. Brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. Dinner Roaring Camp style with sizzling steaks and moving steam train ride and singing around the campfire. RoaringCamp.com. 2-2 game, top of the 7th inning. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Oil Change, Tune-Up, and Smog experts. So Ryan Cook comes in here in the 7th. He's going to face Ryan, Robinson, and Wells, 9-1-2 in the Mariners lineup.
For Seattle, number 26, Brendan.
Jerry Blevett, another great performance. 4 batters, 4 outs, including a big one with runners at first and third, getting smoked to ground out. Thanks to a great play by Josh Donaldson.
So Brendan Ryan is 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly ball to center field. First pitch is outside to the backstop. Cook pours the fastball in there, 95 miles an hour.
Think of the workload for the guys out of the bullpen, and think of Ryan Cook. So we're saying last September, meaningful games acquired by the A's in the offseason from the Diamondbacks. But the number of pitchers, number of players playing in this month of September, especially as we're the final day of the month of September. The A's they're not even looking at the record, they're just looking at wins, just trying to keep winning every game. That's the best way to do it.
Now for Cook, 68th appearance. Anytime you get up around 70, that's a pretty good workload.
You mentioned Tony La Russa earlier about getting to 90 wins. Tony was used his bullpen. Everybody pretty much at the end of the season had the same number of appearances. Setup guys, of course, Eck usually came in to close it out.
Well, that's not by accident. I mean, good managers have the ability to know when to use guys, when to back off.
And his pitching coach, Dave Duncan, who he had throughout his entire managerial career, faced about 95% of it. So Dunk knew, just as Kurt Young knows, and it's a matter of planning to make sure guys are not overworked, they're rested when they come in.
And that one's lined down the right field line, and that's going to be fair. Reddick has trouble picking it up. Ryan's going to try for 2, and he's going to make it.
You know, it's Brendan Ryan again, and his opposite field hitting. been the downfall of the Athletics when they've had trouble against the Mariners. Great shortstop, but ball opposite field hitting, slicing the ball, and maybe enough of a spin on it that Josh Reddick did not come up with it cleanly. Had to go very close to the line and bobbled it initially with the spin.
Well, I guess outfielders can get in between hops as well, and that's what Reddick got.
Well, you know what we're seeing it more today, I think, is the hardness of the outfield because of what has been taking place here. This is not your just everyday baseball only field. This ball takes the hop, the spin right there, and then came up. That's twice today Reddick has had balls come up and he's missed them. This time Ryan was thinking double all the way and made it easy.
So corner infielders in. Trayvon Robinson is the hitter. Shows bunt, and the pitch is high. Donaldson and Moss on the grass. And missed again. So the count now 3-0 to Trayvon Robinson with Casper Wells waiting in the on-deck circle.
And he's trying to give himself up. He wants to bunt to give himself up with an out.
Pitch, and that one's right down the middle. So now Robinson did not show bunt on 3-0, so he's going to take a long look down.
Figures to get a pretty good pitch to hit and or bunt. They decided to keep the bunt on.
And there's a strike. Robinson was taking a step to first base, not to be, so it's 3-2.
Trayvon Robinson in this series, he has probably questioned more pitches of the home plate umpires. And he's asking if that's a good pitch. Called it a strike. It's got to be a good pitch. Tailing fastball.
See if Robinson continues his bunt attempts with the count 3-2. He is swinging away and he fouls it to the screen. So that is Brendan Ryan, who opened up this inning with a double down the right field line. You talk a lot about, well, you got to execute offensively, get the bunt down, but just as important, you have to execute defensively when the opposition is thinking about sacrifice. He may not be in this spot with 3-2 count. And that one's lined to center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Brendan Ryan is going to be held at third as Coco gets it back in. Now Ryan had to make sure that the ball fell. It was a line drive, so he could not get the good jump. So first and third, nobody out.
Well, he got the count. He was trying to bunt, got a fastball down the middle, right back up the middle. Line drive. Coco charged, but very wisely tipped it on the first hop. No chance to catch it. And he also had to be concerned about the quick hop off the turf. Ryan stopped, and that's the key for third base coach to be able to see that.
So here's Casper Wells, runners at the corners, nobody out. First pitch to Wells, slider is just a touch high. The Mariners have had a couple RBI hits today, Seager and Smoke. The first two games of the series, they just could not seem to get the big RBI hit. Another slider that spins high, 2-0. That's not where he wants that slider to be, obviously. Thing with Cook is his slider is usually very good, and it's got that sharp break down and away, and when you see it kind of spin up there a little bit,
it means he's
noticeable.
Getting under it a little bit too much in danger zone. I guess in a sense you're happy that it's out of the strike zone, but he's fallen behind again, 2-0 to Wells, who has had a couple of hits, including the triple to right center. Fortunately, the A's stranded him at third. The A's are conceding the run if they can get a ground ball for a double play.
2-0 pitch to Wells. Swing and a miss, and he helped Cook out as he chased what looked like ball 3.
Few hitters have done that this afternoon and been aggressive. Pitches out of the strike zone, and from the A standpoint, they've had success.
Cook trying to keep Robinson close. Robinson, never know. Keep an eye on him. He's got 6 steals, been thrown out 3 times, and he's got a decent lead at first. Swing and a miss. Fastball 2-2.
Well, upstairs with a fastball and down and in with a very good hard fastball. Actually tied up Wells as the pitch was supposed to be outside. Now if he could throw him the nasty slider and get the swing and miss before it gets to 3-2, because you figure 3-2. If he goes to that, Robinson would be running 2-2. If you strike him out, it'd be a huge out.
Got him swinging, went right to the slider as you expected, and Wells could not make contact. 1 out.
Well, the fastball is in, and then a hard slider, and boy, you have to throw it hard, and he did. No chances. Wells right there committed. Once he committed, he had no chance to make contact, and out of the strike zone, but the hitter doesn't know it, especially as it's approaching.
So now it's Kyle Seager.
Now take the double play ground ball.
Seager fouls it straight back, so Cook jumps ahead. Seager came up with the runner at third and 1 out in the 5th inning, and he struck out. The Mariners did not score in that inning.
And he swung a fastball up and out of the strike zone as well, and that was the big one. Tommy Milone, his last batter.
Seager takes that one, watches it drop low.
And Cook said he likes in his throwing the changeup more. It's called the fastball, and it's a lot of velocity on his changeup, which basically the way he throws it. But basically 2 and 4 seam fastball, hard slider.
Seager watches the fastball drop down and away. Montero in the on deck circle. So this is the heart of the order for the Mariners. Mariners scored both their runs in this game in the 3rd inning after the A's scored their 2 in the 1st inning. Seager watches it, and strike 2 call.
Well, that's what Tommy Milone did a great job, lefty on lefty. Down in the outside corner was Seager, and Seager did hit the base hit to left field, broken bat base hit to drive in a run. But I guess if you could elevate a fastball, maybe he'd chase it as Wells did this at bat, or his at bat in this inning, and also Seager earlier.
Swing and a miss, struck him out with a fastball, and Seager chased it again.
Very, very tough pitch not to swing at. Ryan Cook, amazingly how a pitcher can elevate a fastball when he wants to, and he did it. Singer couldn't catch up, and he was just trying to hit the ball to left field. But a good fastball from Ryan Cook.
So Seager not happy.
Now batting, number 63.
And now Cook will face Montero.
Well, this is the toughest batter that Cook has to face. Sure, he was hard with Wells and Seager. Those two were supposed to drive the runner in from third. Now with 2 outs, a lot of times the hitter could say the other 2 guys are supposed to. Not necessarily me. So you see Cook bearing down again, as he did with the 2 previous batters. Sean Doolittle starting to get loose for the A's. Right now, it's Cook at his best.
Montero is 0 for 2 with a walk. And that one just a bit off the plate.
And the height, you're right, off the plate, because Jeff Kellogg has been calling, staying with a low strike, or at least a strike in the lower part of the zone.
Foul back, and now it's 1-2. So Cook ahead in the count.
And maybe Montero thinking the same thing. When is he going to throw the slider? And late with that swing. It's surprising he was late with the fastball 1-1. It was not as aggressive. Maybe he's been thinking soft as well.
Strike 3 called with a slider. Montero could not pull the trigger. So Cook strikes out 3 in a row, and the Mariners cannot get the go-ahead run home. 7th inning stretch. It's a 2-2 game.
The AT&T Uverse Reverse Replay. Ryan Cook, how about first and third, nobody out? Tommy has to keep throwing that ball. He's wide. No, Ryan Cook glove, and how about strikeout on a slider, strikeout on a high fastball, and then freezes Montero with that perfectly thrown slider. And look at the pump from Ryan Cook coming off the mound. Kind of reminiscent of Jason Isringhausen when he struck out a batter back in about 2000 and 2001 against the Rangers. But Ryan Cook, Ryan Houdini Cook. A's relievers have all could be nicknamed Houdini this year because they've had a few get out of some jams you never dreamed they would. But Ryan Cook at his best whenever he got runners at first and third.
Number 20, Josh Donaldson.
So bottom of the 7th, and Donaldson will lead it off against Erasmo Ramirez, still in there. Ramirez has 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and he's thrown 91 pitches. outs, and the first pitch to Donaldson is a fastball just a bit outside.
And you know that Ramirez was going to the mound or sitting in the dugout thinking, I'm going to have a lead when I go back out in the bottom of the 7th, and Ryan Cook changed that.
Donaldson hits one high to center field. Saunders is right there. Donaldson is retired. He's 0 for 3, 1 out.
On June 25th, Ramirez, the start against the A's, he gave up just 3 hits, and one of them was a home run. Today, he gave up 1 hit, a walk and a sac fly in the first inning, and then a hit in the 3rd inning. And that was to Cespedes on an infield hit, but he has been great, very stingy. And the A's opportunities in the 5th, 1st and 2nd, nobody out, but could not get out or get 8 runs.
First pitch to Seth Smith is outside. Couple of ground outs for Smith today. 1 to 1st and 1 to 2nd. Two and 0. Guitars to follow here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Smith had a good swing to the backstop, 2 and 1. Down around the knees for a strike. Doolittle still throwing in the A's bullpen.
I think the top of the 7th a little bit stressful for Ryan Cook. That maybe it's going to be 1 inning for him, and that's it.
High stress inning, sometimes different than a normal inning, and that was not a normal inning.
Now Furbush is still throwing, and for Ramirez facing Seth Smith, and maybe if Smitty gets on, Furbush will be coming in. So Johnny Gomes kind of lingering towards the end of the dugout with the bat in his hand.
A changeup that was pretty hittable. So the count 2 and 2. One grounded up the middle. Ryan is not going to be able to get it, and it rolls into right field or right center. So Smith has a base hit. He's got a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan was shifted over a bit behind second, and that's why he ended up on the right side of second base.
Oh, good job by Seth Smith. A change up away from him, and Eric Wedge heading out after this base hit by Seth Smith. Got the foot down and Exmo and rolled over on the changeup. But into and through the shift, actually, as Ryan diving would not have thrown out Smith anyway. So, pitching change and a pinch hitter.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
California is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. And by Jack in the Box. Get the all-American Jack Combo at Jack in the Box. It's a no-nonsense burger with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores.
A's have a runner at first with one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Try and break the 2-2 tie. So Ramirez leaves right at 100 pitches into the 7th inning.
Furbush in on the Friday night game, 3 batters in. He had a tough time throwing strikes. A couple of walks, which helped the A's score 4 in the 8th inning. 3 walk scoring. Very tough, though, as he has a hard slider. Setup guy for Tom Wilhelmsen, at least had been and has been throughout the season.
Inside corner strike to Norris, hitting for Kataris. Kataris was 0 for 1 with a walk in his 2 at-bats. Oh, and 1 count, excuse me. Pennington will be next. That hit by Smith, just the 3rd hit in the afternoon. The Athletics. Mariners bullpen in this series, 9 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings. Generally, they're better than that. But
yes, they are. And maybe in September baseball, some of the young arms a little bit tired, but Furbush and Wilhelmsen in this series, especially Wilhelmsen yesterday, blown save.
Well, yesterday, the A's scored, let's see, 1 in the 7th.
8th.
No, one in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, 3 in the 10th.
Right.
So that's 6 runs right there.
Because Vargas didn't give up anything except the 1 run, and that was Cespedes scoring from first. So he was great. Bullpen gave up the 6.
Slider down and in, and now it's 2-2. Long look by Furbush, still looking. Swing there. Norris fouls it straight back.
Similar swing that Derek Norris had on Thursday when he hit the 2-run home run in Texas. As the clean shaven Derek Norris.
That's right.
Every day the new look, or different look. But he got the fastball in on a 5 home runs hit by the Athletics on Thursday in Arlington. Seager at third, kind of guarding the line, which expecting maybe with the left-handed pitcher, the right-hander Norris is going to pull the ball in the direction. Big hole between third and short.
Swing and a miss on the 2-2 fastball. So Norris strikes out for the 2nd out.
Supposed to be inside. Look how far the catcher has to reach back for the ball that's up and out of the strike zone.
Now batting, second baseman.
Maybe you look at if Furbush makes the pitch where his catcher wanted it. Maybe Norris hits it down the left field line.
So here's Pennington, 2 outs now. Smith still at first. Smith short lead at first. Doolittle is standing on the mound, throwing occasionally, so he is certainly ready to come in for the top of the 8th inning. Pennington has lined out and walked. Slider for a strike, 1-1.
As good as that pitch was, it's a good pitch not to swing at because you're not going to do much with it. Backdoor slow slider, and after the first fastball miss, you might as well look fastball until you get 2 strikes and not swing at a pitcher's pitch, which is what Furbush wanted.
Another slider, but this one's outside. Over our heads and into the next upper deck.
I thought you were going to say the next county.
Yeah, that was, they don't sail over our heads very often.
No.
So Furbush with the check. And now full count. So that'll get the runner going.
Yeah, but Smokey's going to hold Smith and make sure that he does not get a great jump. Wells in right field again, playing very shallow. And ideally, the ball down the right field corner. Runner on the move should score easily. And Furbush, if he throws a pitch, slider or fastball, probably inside.
And it's a slider, and he missed outside, and it's a walk. So the A's get a runner in scoring position, and that's the go-ahead run.
And now Jamal Weeks is going to pinch run for Seth Smith. Skipper was going to wait until Smith got into scoring position, so added speed at second in Jamal Weeks. And being the go-ahead run. So once again, Bob Melvin making the move as he did yesterday. It's time to put the speed at second, hoping that Coco Crisp can come through with a hit. The thing is, with Jamal at second, it doesn't have to be a big deep hit. One that just gets through the infield to the outfield. Saunders is playing deep in center. The corner outfield is shallow.
Now batting, center fielder, number 4, Coco Crisp.
So Coco Crisp with a chance to give the A's the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Couple of ground outs and a walk for Coco.
First pitch hitting again, fastball.
And he does, and he hits a high fly ball right field. Long run for Casper Wells. Now he's under it. He's got it. Side retired. So Furbush gets out of it. The A's strand a pair, and we're headed to the 8th. 2-2 game. game one of that big 3-game series. It'd be Martin Perez against Jared Parker. Perez could not get out of the first inning in Texas. And for the rest of the series, Tuesday it'll be Harrison and Blackley. Wednesday, Dempster and Griffin. So that will do it then for the regular season. What the standings will look like when you wake up Thursday morning is anybody's guess. We just do not know. So Doolittle takes over here in the 8th inning. And he faces Justin Smoak. Smoak hits one very high to left field. Going back is Cespedes. He's near the wall. Now he's got room. And he's got it for out number 1. So Smoak just got under it. And 1 pitch, 1 out. Norris stays in the game to do the catching after pinch hitting for
Now batting, number
George
55, Michael Saunders.
I don't think it's any secret as to what Sean Doolittle is going to be doing when it comes to the game. It's amazing, and he's had a tremendous amount of success. And Justin Smoak, as great as he's been swinging the bat from right and left side, fortunately from the A's standpoint, got under the ball.
So here's Saunders. Saunders is hitless today. Slider, swing and a miss, 0-2.
How about back-to-back sliders? Saunders, no clue he's going to be seeing sliders, much less 2, but he's gotten 2. He has taken 1, swung the next one, and it's surprising.
Another slider, and that's it well toward Coco, fighting the sun, and he makes the catch. Falls on the seat of his pants, and he's got it for out number 2.
Thought he's going to recreate the Bernicam there for a second. They just played on Diamond Vision. Yeah, that's a tough one. And
Number 30,
Bernie on the backside.
Miguel Olivo.
Very, very tough son. And that's a good center fielder because he took his eye off. Once he had the glove in position where he thought the ball was going to be coming down, he went down with the glove there, and the glove caught the ball.
So 2 outs for Olivo. Olivo takes a fastball for a strike. He does not do that very often. Doolittle tries something off speed. We always say about Olivo, he's very much a free swinger, but he has pretty good power. You have to be a little bit careful with him. Probably don't have to always throw him a strike. So we'll chase a little bit. Swing and a miss, a fastball and a good heater from Doolittle.
Well, maybe the sliders and the changeup in this inning that Olivo started to swing and just said, okay. But it wasn't that real aggressive like I know if I'm looking at a fastball swing. And just a little bit late with a good mid-90s fastball from the left-hander Doolittle.
Swing and a miss. He struck it out. He blew it right by him. No chance for Olivo. So 3 up, 3 down inning for Doolittle, and we are headed to the bottom of the 8th. Tough part of the order coming up.
deck? No way!
All right, here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. This was the very first inning. Cespedes with a triple that would score Drew for the first run of the game. The Mariners would come back with the 2 spot of their own in the third, enough to tie the game. Smoke with the big 2-out RBI hit. And the Mariners, a couple of run-scoring hits. And it has remained at 2-2. And we are now in the bottom of the 8th. 2-11-0 for Seattle, 2-3-0 for the Athletics. So it'll be Drew, Cespedes, and Moss against Furbush here in the bottom of the 8th. Stephen Drew is 0 for 2. He walked and scored in the first inning. You just saw that highlight on the Cespedes triple. Balfour starts to throw. 1-1 now to Drew. Kelly and Ludke. Righty and a lefty ready for the Mariners. Swing and a miss. Good slider by Furbush.
Stephen Drew has done well against left-handed pitchers since he joined the club, and tries to stay back and usually swings kind of at the last instant, and is able to generate some power when he does it. Just trying to start the 8th inning with something.
He's able to hold up on that one. 2-2 outfield, bunched toward the gaps.
Smoke guarding the line at first. On the third base side, Seager is way off the bag.
That one's ripped center field. Saunders going back, and he's got just enough room, and he makes the catch. So Drew hit it well, but not quite well enough.
Could not hook enough to get away from Saunders.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. At 10:30, and it's on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Baseball highlights from here at the Coliseum and from all around the American League. The 49ers and the Raiders post-game reaction. One team had a good day, the other team not having a good day. Henry Wolford, John Henry Smith, their host. So Cespedes to hit off the new pitcher for the Mariners. It's Sean Kelly. So Kelly comes in with 1 out.
March 29th, Tokyo, Japan. A 1-1 slider, left center. Cespedes home run. Trying to hit a second. Cespedes, one good thing about him, if he's tired, he's not showing it the way he's swinging. Because he is holding nothing back in his swings.
0-1. And there's the good slider from Kelly.
And this was it in Tokyo, and a bit more of a hanger left center, and that was his first of 21 or 22 that he's hit this season.
So 0-2. Cespedes, triple single strikeout so far today. Reaches for that one, fouls it. A's have stranded 5 in the ball game. The Mariners have stranded 8. A's bullpen has made the big pitches when needed. Fastball is high.
Well, this is how strong he is. A lot of guys would continue, at least the bad hit, go through the zone, but not Cespedes.
One-two pitch, and that one's hit to left. Down the line, it is good. Lead 3-2. My partner called it.
Unbelievable, the height of the ball. It took so long to get out, and I don't think it was hit so hard that it was going to hook. It just kept going. And Cespedes, with his hard swing, held up with a high fastball, and I think he got the same pitch he hit out in Tokyo. As much as he was out in front of the ball, how much he was able to hit it as hard as he did. And take a look at the swing. Off speed, Cespedes, front foot, Kelly praying that it was going foul. It did not. Look at the height of this one. It will come down eventually, and when it does, it's in the barbecue terrace for his 23rd home run. He's one of his going to hook foul, and it is going to take the slow trot around the bases deservedly. Wow. To hit a ball that high and for it to go out is remarkable. How about the Exmo? Barely any stride at all, and Kelly made a mistake. Got it, left it on the inner part of the plate. If he throws another hard slider away from him or anything away from him, he doesn't do that. And he wasn't admiring it. He thought he was going to pull a foul, so he stood to make sure, a la Carlton Fisk in 1975 at Fenway. And he knew he had enough of it, just stays fair. Sean Kelly, at least he used his foot and not his right arm or right hand. But Cespedes, unbelievable.
So, late inning magic again. Should not be surprised anymore.
Eric Wedge was going to make the pitching change, but the ball was hit so high, he had to wait till it came down before he actually walked to the mound. That was Jordan Alberto. You might not have recognized him without his beard, but Jordan Alberto has been throwing, and the A's hope to get him back eventually. But the much younger looking Alberto with no beard. How about Cespedes getting a slap from the skipper? Don't see that. We saw him yesterday actually cheering, clapping, and I think the skipper, as much as he is into every game, every pitch, he is starting to show a little bit of a great emotion, and he should.
So Lucas Luetke comes in, the left-hander, to face Moss. Slider down and away. Well, the battle of the bullpens has been won by the A's in this series, and the A's would like to finish it that way.
Well, that's a great point. What the A's pen has done, and I think you can see down on the bench, some of the main contributors still on the bench watching this game. They're not going into the game, pitch at the inning or so, and then head to the clubhouse. They want to be down on the bench and be a part of it.
Swing and a miss by Moss. Still only one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yoenis Cespedes. The record the A's have had this season with Cespedes in the lineup has been just remarkable. Unbelievable.
So 3-1 now to Moss, with Balfour getting loose out in the bullpen. Swing and a miss. Now 3-2.
Cap, I really don't think Ariel Prieto can get enough credit for what he's done with Yoenis Cespedes this season, because Ariel Prieto, Cuba himself, and he knows that the Cuban National League does not play as many games as they do here. He has had to convince Cespedes that this is the most important time.
Shot to center, and that's a base hit. So Moss doesn't care if it's a left-hander that the Mariners bring in to face him. He lines a signal, his first hit today.
And a slider. He took the big swing 3-1 when he got the fastball, but then 3-2, stayed back.
Number 16.
And there's a slider, just hooked it into right center. And great swing again by an A's hitter.
So hit number 5 for the Athletics, but none bigger than the Cespedes home run. And here's Reddick. Swing and a miss by Reddick.
Josh Reddick sitting on a first pitch fastball, didn't get it. Was a changeup from the left-hander.
Now with Donaldson, a right-handed hitter, in the on-deck circle, there's a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. Reddick got a pitch inside, fouled it straight back. So 1-2 the count. Reddick a strikeout, a flyout, and a ground out so far in the game.
It's the time of the year. It's a little after 4 o'clock. Approaching 3 hours again. Surprise, surprise. And it's the 8th.
It's been the norm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down and away with Moss running, and he steals it without a throw. Doesn't even have to slide.
Montero was just happy to catch it. Great jump first move by Brandon Moss, and see Montero move to his left.
It's been a while. 3 years, to be exact. So 2-2 the count to Reddick. Check swing, down and away. Now Reddick has worked it full.
Angels and Rangers about ready to get underway in their nightcap. Well, you think that wasn't a long 2 hours for the Rangers to wait?
Oh, yeah. That's
after blowing the 9th inning, having a chance to go to the nightcap with a sweep. Instead, Torrey Hunter, the veteran, comes through. And that is not surprising because the way Torii Hunter has played since moving into the second spot of the batting order and coming through with huge hits.
Well, in that inning you're talking about, the Angels had first and second with 1 out in the 9th, and Mike Trout struck out.
Wow.
So Nathan then went to face Torii Hunter, who doubled into the gap in left center. 3-2 pitch, hit to right, down the line. That baby is gone. 5-2 Athletics.
Unbelievable.
So Eric Wedge to the mound for another pitching change. None of them are working, as the A's just keep teeing off. Cespedes a home run, and now Reddick a 2-run shot. 5-2 Athletics, bottom of the 8th. Home run to give the A's a 5-2 lead.
3-2, and inside part of the plate, another missed location. I don't know that I've seen a ball head down towards the foul pole. Josh Reddick this time pulled the hands in, and he knew he got it. Just stays fair. Kind of knuckled as it approached the foul pole and kept it fair. I thought it was going to hook foul, but at the last instant, it kind of went to the to the left, and curtain call here after a burning from Brandon Inge, who is on the bench, and he's been here this weekend. And Josh Reddick, 2 hits on Wednesday, 2 home runs on Thursday, and a big home run today.
So the new pitcher is Josh Kinney, 3rd pitcher here in the 8th inning. So Kinney facing Donaldson. And bounce toward the shortstop. Ryan has it, and that's out number 2. A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Rock and Cache Creek, win a chance to play the Red Hot Zone. Visit CacheCreek.com for details.
Number 19, Jamal Weeks.
So here's Weeks, who is a pinch runner, and that is why he is in the game. It's the DH spot. So Weeks to face Kinney.
The graphic that was put up by the guys in the truck about the bullpen of the Mariners, you'd have to wonder how different this series this weekend would have been, because you look at the starters, the way they've pitched, even Ramirez today.
Yeah.
Of course, we know Vargas yesterday, and Devin gave up 3 earned runs on Friday. the A's, it's almost said if we can get enough to get to the bullpen, and the Mariners have had a very good bullpen this season, but this series it has not been that great. As Eric Way is trying to close out the season on a positive note with so many very good young pitchers in the bullpen, but the A's hitters have come alive in the latter part of the games.
Kenny scrambles after underhands to get Weeks side retired. Bottom of the 8th, the A's take the lead. It started with Cespedes, slider gone. That made it 3-2. Reddick, fastball gone. 5-2, A's lead as we go to the 9th.
You like it, don't you?
The crowd is loving this one. As more late inning magic. The A's with 2 home runs scored 3 times in the bottom of the 8th inning to take a 5-2 lead. Cespedes tied it. Reddick put the A's in the lead.
Number 50.
A's are 22-14 in games decided in the last at bat. No surprise there. But again, Ray, we always talk first about the offense, the runs, late, walk-offs. Can't do it without a good bullpen. We've said it before, and we should always say it. Think about what Cook did.
And look who's still on the bench. That was Sean Doolittle. Pitched the 8th inning, and Ryan Cook, 3 strikeouts. I mean, that was the biggest inning.
Yeah.
First and third, nobody out, and then strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Wells, Seager, and Montero. Fastball, fastball. Actually, slider, fastball, slider, and Brad Balfour trying to finish it off. But Ryan Cook, I've never seen the emotion that he showed when he came off the mound right for the so after the 7th inning and striking out 3 batters with the go-ahead run at third.
So this is Ackley. He's hitting for Trienfeld. Ackley fouls it straight back. You know, 2 in that inning you're talking about, Ray. The runner was on second with nobody out.
That's right.
And the Mariners got a hit. But remember, Jeff Dotson, the third base coach, held. Right. Even with the ball going to center field. Coco, not a very strong arm, but he held him. And then they were not able to score.
And that was Ryan a second, making sure the ball didn't land. Coco charged it enough that he took it on 1 hop. But still, I think there had been some aggressiveness, maybe Cindy, because Coco does not possess a strong arm, but did not, and that's the way things have been working so far for the Athletics.
And two, Ray, earlier in the game, that did send somebody, he probably shouldn't have, got thrown out at home. So all these little plays certainly affect the game in many different ways.
Josh Donaldson diving with Smokes ball in the hole.
Ackley with a pop-up. And it's going to be just into the seats. So Ackley will be followed by Ryan. It looks like Jaso is in the on-deck circle. And then it'd be Robinson. That one's drilled to right. Hit pretty well, but Reddick is there. To his right, he's got it. And that's out number one.
Brandon McCarthy on the bench. He has been with the club this weekend as the A's had returned from the 10-game road trip.
For Brendan Ryan, number 27, John Jaso.
Maybe he's good luck.
Well, it was nice that the A's put his jersey in the dugout when they were on the last road trip. That at least winning 4 games, 4 of the biggest games they won probably all season, even though they lost 6 against the Tigers, the Yankees, and the Rangers.
Jaso takes a breaking ball for a strike. So Jaso pinch hitting for Ryan. In the dirt, blocked by Norris. So the Angels and the Rangers are indeed underway, Ray, down in Arlington.
I see a 4.
What's the score? What's the score?
4-0. They just put it on the board. I can't believe.
That's lined, and that's just foul. So 4-0. The Angels have scored 4 times in the top of the first inning in Arlington. Wow. And that's against Derek Holland.
And he struggled against the A's last Monday in the first game of the series. You know, they were questioning when they were going to pitch Darvish, and because of the rain out, Holland would have pitched yesterday, and then Darvish today is scheduled start for Holland, so he gets an extra day with the rain out.
So 2-2 to Jaso, battling Balfour. High fly ball, shallow left. Cespedes in. He's got it, 2 outs.
You know, we have to still remember yesterday the A's won their 90th game, 9-0. And again, I would, you know, everything that's said usually is pretty much on tape or recorded. Somebody who said the A's got to lose 100 games early in the season or before the season began, I wonder if they're hiding. They're hiding right now considering what the A's have done. But a lot of times you look on paper, paper doesn't mean a thing when the players play, and the A's have proven that this season.
Strike on the inside corner.
Fan appreciation weekend, 21,057 on hand, and a little over 20,000 yesterday. Not sellouts, but as loud as we have heard sellouts this season.
0-1 to Trayvon Robinson. And that one, same spot, call the ball.
Try to go back inside with the fastball, tying up, and I don't know what Jeff Kellogg did not like about that one. Looked like it had the plate.
Inside again, Balfour pounding that inside corner, just misses.
Kellogg, give him credit, he's been consistent all day with his strike zone. He is not called anything up in the strike zone or up to the hitters. It's up in the strike zone. It should be a strike, but that's not been the case.
So now 3-1 with Casper Wells waiting in the on-deck circle, but that is not Casper Wells. Eric Thames is getting ready.
A strong man from Northern California, traded from the Blue Jays to the Mariners. Steve Delavar with the Blue Jays for the Thames.
Up foul. So now it's 3-2. Balfour trying to finish it off.
But the Mariners are going to leave town after this game, after hopefully Grant Balfour gets the foul out. This crowd is really coming alive. But the last 3-run home runs for the A's have been hit against the Mariners. Starting early September, of course, yesterday the big walk-off by Brandon Moss. Johnny Gomes also against Vargas up in Seattle. George Kataris against Felix Hernandez.
Balfour is ready. The 3-2 pitch. Got him swinging, and that's the ball game. The A's win it 5-2. Magic number for a playoff spot is down to 2. And we're going to watch game 2 of that doubleheader closely. The A's just a game and a half behind the Texas Rangers for first place in the AL West.
That's amazing.
What a great finish it's going to be. 3 more games left. They'll be right here at the Coliseum. But the A's win it 5-2 over the Mariners to wrap up the 3-game sweep. So craziness yesterday, home runs late, same thing again today, and it's a 5-2 A's win.
You know, the A's only collected 6 hits all day. In the last inning, they got 3. 2-strike double or 2-strike single, and then 2 home runs, both with 2 strikes. Cespedes and Reddick. In the bullpen, fantastic. 4 2/3 innings by Tommy Malone, 4 1/3 by the bullpen. They did not give up, but 2 hits and no runs, and a great job by the bullpen again this afternoon.
Well, it was a 3-game sweep, and the A's bullpen swept the Mariners bullpen as well. I mean, you could really tell the difference, and you know, that may have been the difference in this whole series, is how well those guys came in out of the bullpen and pitched to keep it close, give the A's a chance, and the A's came through each time.
And the thing, Bob Melvin, I think it was in Detroit that Tommy Malone pitched. Remember, he took him out in the 5th inning, and he went down. Malone said, "You made the best move." He did it again today in the 5th inning, 4 2/3, and we know that earlier in the season these guys are going to get a chance to pitch. But this is a time when the A's are trying to win the best matchups. Tommy Malone looked like he's struggling a little bit in the first part of the game, but the skipper went to the bullpen and they did a fantastic job. And tip of the hat to Kurt Young and Bob Melvin, and the rest of the bullpen, the job they did again today and helped the A's win.
And the thing the A's have done so well, really, the last 4 months of the season, hit home runs, so we should not be surprised that really, I mean, that's the way they're winning games.
It's amazing.
I mean, you said it, they did not get a lot of hits yesterday either, but same thing today. In fact, they were out hit by Seattle Rays. I look up at the board, 11-6.
11-6
but home
today.
runs, and home runs at key times, and that's the way they've been winning games.
And Ramirez a starter. We saw it in Seattle, 3 hits in 8 innings. He only gave up a couple today, so the A's late against the bullpen of the Mariners came through. So big kudos to the A's for hitting home runs at the right time.
Well, Yoenis Cespedes had 3 of those 6 hits, and he is standing by downstairs with Ariel Prieto. And Ariel, I want you to ask Cespedes, first of all, how much fun is he having in his first pennant race?
¿Cuán contento lo has pasado? ¿Tú sabes cuánto te has divertido con este juego?
Bueno, estoy muy contento, no tanto porque es honrón, sino porque el equipo ganó y lo necesita porque estamos fajados para clasificar. No sé cómo explicar la contentura que tengo.
He said he have no explain, he have no idea how to explain this because he's so happy, so he feels so happy. The happy was, it's not about his home run that he made. It's about the team win. The way that we win those 3 games is more happy. That's why he feels so good.
Now, Ariel, Kelly, the pitcher for the Mariners, gave up Cespedes' first home run in Tokyo way back in March. How much was he thinking about that? Similar pitch, slider in Tokyo, slider here. But have him talk about the home run he hit here against Kelly, the same one that he did first Major League in Tokyo on March the 29th.
Ok, te están preguntando a este que le diste jonrón hoy. ¿Tú tienes idea que fue el mismo que le diste jonrón en Tokio el primer juego? Fue hace tiempo, ¿sabes? Fue a principio de temporada que le diste jonrón a este y ahora le vuelves a dar otro jonrón. ¿Sabes qué fue lo que hiciste para poder hacer esto? Si sabías que era él.
No sabía que era él. En los dos primeros swings que hice, sí fui a buscar un jonrón, a buscar un batazo. Pero ya después, cuando tenía 2 strikes, lo que puse fue a buscar un buen lanzamiento para hacer un buen contacto.
He said, first of all, they have no idea I was the same guy that hit a home run in the beginning of the season. They have no idea about it. He used going over there, tried to look the best pitch, and the first 2 swing, he tried to hit a home run. Now, in the third, he tried to make a contact with the guy, throw a slider right in the middle, so he made a good contact, and the ball's gone.
Well, final question, Ariel. Ask Jonas if he's tired, because he certainly doesn't look like he's tired. He's not playing like it.
Está preguntándote que si tú estás cansado, porque no pareces nada que tienes cansancio ni tienes nada, al contrario.
No, una frase que usted mismo me dice, que igual cuando hace frío tú me dices que eso es mental. Si digo que estoy cansado, que eso es mental. Pues exactamente, eso es mental. Mi cuerpo puede estar cansado, pero mi mente no está cansada.
He's giving you credit, isn't he? He's giving you all the credit for keeping him going, right?
You know what? Yeah, it's one of the phrases that we use sometimes. All the time from the beginning of the season, I talk to him how long the season is going to be. And at the same time, he say, you know what? It's all about mental. Yeah. You know, it's mental. So everybody can say, even he can say that he's tired or something like that, but he don't worry about that. It's mental. He's coming to the field. He don't care about how tired he is. He tried to go to the field and do the best he can. So it's all about being mental. That's what he said. Sometimes, I put the example that when we live in, the Bay Area, and sometimes it's cold, and he told me, hey, Ariel, it's cold. And I go, nah, it's mental. So now we put the same phrase right here,
Ariel, thank you very much. And
You're
thank
welcome.
you on us as well.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
All right, so single, triple home run for Cespedes. He was the star today among bunch of guys, actually. It's been that way all year, but terrific win again. So the A's, again, their magic number to clinch a playoff spot, Ray, is 2. Rangers coming to town tomorrow, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
And again, what Prieto said, Ariel said to him about mental, and Cespedes even said, my body is tired, but my brain is strong. And for him, that's all it takes, because it wasn't surprising. He was trying to hit home runs on the first 2 pitches he saw. Then he sat back and then hit a hanging breaking ball from Kelly. There was a guy named Jose Canseco who one time said, who's pitching today? And said, you've hit home runs off him. And he said, really, I don't know. Makes it kind of sound like, so maybe sometimes you don't think about what you've done against a certain pitcher. You just see ball, hit ball. Cespedes did it March 29th. They did it again on the last day in the month of September.
So Cespedes, a home run to give the A's the 3-2 lead. Then Reddick added on another home run. 5-2 is your final. The A's finish off the sweep of the Seattle Mariners. You've been watching A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group. A's Post Game Live comes up with Brody Brazil, Shooty Babbitt right after the break.